This slide,
Sige po, kindly proceed.
this slide, Mr. Chair, will show you the allocation. I will attempt to answer the previous questions of the members of the committee. This slide shows you the allocation from Angat. So you will see that we actually went down, and September we were going back up, and in October we were up already at 41 CMS.
Mr. Secretary, pakiusog lang ho yung sa camera. Kung pwede ho, usog lang natin ng konti because hindi ho konti lang ho. Sa kaliwa pong banda, may wala maluwag po. Salamat po. Go ahead.
Yung
Mr.
blue
Mayor.
po na bars are the actual, the orange po to the right is the projected based on the pag-asa forecast po ng rainfall. And we, with all due respect, Mr. Chair, we are very well coordinated with NWRB, MWSS, both the corporate office and the RO. Magka-textmate po kami. At least twice a day po kami nagte-text. Chairman David po has been very supportive because we monitor flows just to make sure po that we protect the interest of the citizens of Metro Manila. This slide, Mr. Chair, I would like to explain the question on why did we restrict or why did we cut back in October. The white line po, the whole chart po is 2 years, January to December of the next year.
Excuse me, I just like to clarify, Mr. Rene. You mentioned earlier why we, meaning you and Maynilad.
Yes, sir. In coordination with NWRB po and MWSS.
O, sige ho.
So this is the leftmost portion po is the January, and then Angat is filled up during the rainy season and is depleted during the summer season, and then goes up again, and then depletes again. The white line po is the 2018 Angat levels. The black line, sir, is the 2019 Angat level. If you will notice po, Angat started going up at the same time as previous year in 2018. But dahil po napakababa nung sinimula natin, kahit may ulan na po nangyari, talagang hindi po kami aabot sa green. Yung green po is the ideal level para full throttle po tayo, hindi po walang curtailment po sa releases. If you notice po, starting October, pababa na po yung Angat. And because we noticed that we were going down, it became very apparent that we will not be able to go back up to the yellow portion by the end of the year. If you will notice po, in the white line, towards the end of 2018, meron pong isang bagyo na dumating na nagdala ng ulan, kaya po umakyat uli, kaya umabot sa green uli yung white line. So today po, ang kailangan natin is dalawang bagyo that will create that much rain para umabot po tayo sa green. Kaya po, dinesisyonan na simulan na nating tipirin yung tubig sa Angat para hindi po tayo maubusan ng tubig during the summer months. I think this slide naman po is basically the rainfall that was predicted by Pag-asa. You will see po that October, November, December, January, all the way to April will actually be below the mean average rainfall prediction. I would like to show you po what happened. Well, this was March, then June, naging stable po yung network namin. So by September po, kami sa Manila Water, 100% na po yung 24-hour supply at 7 PSI. The reason why I want to show you this, Mr. Chair, is we know both concessions know what the question of the committee is, what is going to happen. So if we get 46 CMS po on the rightmost side, then we will have enough water for everybody. As a legend po, yung red is constricted supply, yung yellow is 12 to 13 hours of supply, and green is 24-hour supply. If we are today we are at 40 CMS, so that we are on the second to the rightmost illustration. This is the east zone lang po, no, of Metro Manila. And then if it goes down to 36 CMS, that's the second from the left, that will show you that we will be able to supply everybody with at least 12 hours water except for the red spots. The real problem happens if the allocation goes down to 30 CMS, and that's the leftmost illustration po. This is just a declaration of our programs, but may I, in the interest of time, Mr. Chair, I just want to go to this po. The Honorable Congressman was asking about what are the immediate plans prior to Kaliwa coming on board. So this is an illustration po of what we in Manila Water will be doing while waiting for Wawa and Kaliwa to come in. Because clearly, we do not have enough water in the event that we will have the same rainfall cycle in 2021 and 2022. So we need to augment. Kailangan ho natin maghanap ng ibang sources while waiting for the major dams of MWSS. So this one po is, this will show you yung 100 million liters per day po namin from Cardona is now available in the 2019. We have 50 million liters per day of deep wells also for this year. Next year po, magdadagdag kami ng another 100 million liters from deep wells, and we are very grateful to NWRB po for having given us the permit to dig these deep wells again. Then we have po a 40 MLD Marikina portable emergency treatment plant. We are going to extract water below the riverbed of Marikina. This is the first time we're going to try to do it here po. It's not a deep well because we find a lot of suspended solids and heavy metals in the extreme aquifer of Metro Manila po. So we will extract a few meters below the riverbed of Marikina, and we will be able to produce 40 MLD. It is a tested technology elsewhere. We're going to do it here po. Then we
Excuse me, Mr. Rene, ano po ba yung 40 CMS, cubic meter
cubic
per
meters
second?
per second po yun.
In quantifying, ilang MLD po yan?
1 CMS is 20 MLD. How much? 1 CMS po is 3,000 MLD.
So, that is 1,200, tama po ba? MLD?
No, we are measuring by MLDs na po. 100 MLD yung deep
Hindi,
well.
yung 40 CMS, allocation to...
That's the Angat allocation po.
Okay.
So
In MLD, that's 1,200.
our allocation from Angat is supposed to be 4,000 for the two, but we don't get that much po.
Sige,
So
proceed.
this is to augment because we
Pwede po
will be,
ba MLD na lang ang gawin natin
Yes, sir.
basis of volume? Thank you po.
sa tingin po namin, yung blue line po sa baba, yan ang projected demand po namin. So kaya po napansin nyo sa 2019, medyo kulang po tayo, kaya po nag-constrict kami ng supply. Pagdating po ng 2020, matatapos na po yung additional 100 MLD plus the 40 MLD na Marikina po, plus the 10 MLD from Alat po na it's a dam on top of, it is an old dam on top of La Mesa po that we are now trying to rehabilitate as fast as we can and bring the water into La Mesa, so we expect another 10 MLD. So we will basically just meet that demand po for 2020. In 2021, hopefully, the SUMAG is there, and the 50 MLD from one of the proponents for Laguna Lake po, which is AMA, and then in 2022, we will also be basically just in time to finish for the demand that's there. This is just for the Manila Water side po. So this is just our attempt to answer the question, what are we doing while waiting for the government's big dams po?
Thank you po, former Secretary Rene. Mr. Randy, have you something to say as far as Maynila is concerned?
Yes sir, dalawang slides lang ho ako. Dagdag ho sa present ng Manila Water. Yung una ho naming slide is yung impact sa aming mga customers nitong iba-ibang level ng releases sa Angat Dam. Siguro, ma-share ko lang dahil kanina pinakita nung 2010, yun daw yung worst na pinakamababa yung Angat Dam. Kaya lang, ang laki na ng pagbabago rin sa number of customers. Kasi ho nung 2009, umpisa ng 2010, 800,000 customer connections lang ho kami. Sa ngayon ho, nasa 1.44 million customers na kami. So, ma-imagine nyo ho, mas marami ho talagang maghahati doon sa tubig na nababawasan lalo sa Angat Dam. Dito ho ngayon, isa ko pang gustong siguro sabihin, ito ang column na to, makikita nyo ho, ano yung impact sa amin ng from 46 CMS, which is normal, pababa ho sa 40, hanggang pinakamasama ho is, wag naman sana, yung 30 CMS na lang ang i-release. So ang nangyayari ho ngayon sa atin is mga 40 CMS, so mga 30% ho ng customers namin ang lagpas ho ng 12 hours ang rotational supply. Wala ho silang tubig nun. Mapapansin nyo ho din, kung natatandaan ninyo, nung July at August, actually bumaba na ho tayo to 36 CMS. Mas mahaba ho yung interruption schedule natin nun. So makikita nyo yun, halos nagdoble yung over 12 hours at 36. Kaya lang ho, dahil nadagdagan ho tayo ng ulan sa Ipo nung August at September, halos hindi ho natin kahit na 40 CMS yung releases sa Angat, hindi ho masyado naramdaman ng customers natin. Ngayon na lang ho, pati ang Ipo bumababa na rin ho. Bumalik ho tuloy kami sa 40 CMS na rotational supply. Pero ang importante ho dito, wala ho kaming customers ngayon na mawawalan ng tubig ng over 24 hours. Sinisigurado ho namin yon. At sa totoo lang ho, yung maganda rin ho, dahil ho sa experience namin itong huling summer, ang ginawa ho namin is hinabaan ho namin yung interruption schedule para meron hong allowance. Para pag sinabi ho namin babalikan tubig, sigurado hong babalikan tubig. So, malaki hong kabawasan sa mga complaints kumpara ho doon sa nangyari nung summer. Ang isa ko na lang slide ho na idadagdag, paano ho namin pinaghahandaan yung summer of 2020. Dahil sabi nga sa result sa report ho ng lahat ng tao dito ngayon, sa malamang, dahil hindi tataas ang Angat sa end of the year, malamang ho, baka bumaba ulit tayo to 36 CMS sa releases ng Angat, which for us means mababawasan kami ng 500 million liters per day. Hindi ho namin kayang punuin yung buong 500 million liters per day na kabawasan, pero may mga naka-identify na ho kami mga proyekto para at least halos kalahati nung 500 million na yon is mapupunuan bago mag-summer 2020. Ito nga ho, yung sa Putatan, yung aming plantang tumatakbo ng 300 MLD, ngayon 300, kasi ang basihan ho namin dito was yung September data, kung saan hindi pa nag-uumpisa yung ating interruption. Sabi natin, ano ho ba yung kailangan, pwede namin gawin para by summer matulungan. At magmula nga nun, dalawa na na-accomplish namin, yung Putatan 2 ho, na 100 MLD lang no September, tumatakbo na siya ng 150 million liters per day ngayon. Tapos yung Putatan 1, napaitaas pa ho namin ng kaunti ng 10 MLD to 160. So total of 310 MLD na ho ang tumatakbo sa Putatan. Nag-umpisa na rin kami, at least actually nung summer pa to, inumpisa na namin i-activate yung mga dating mga deep wells na hindi na ginagamit ngayon. Thank you sa NWRB. At inalaw kaming, bigyan ulit kami ng permit. Patuloy ho itong ginagaayos ng mga contractors namin. As of now, 14 MLD na ho ang on standby doon sa na-identify naming 52 potential by summer. Of course, meron din ho tayong kabawasan pa sa non-revenue water. Nakikita ho namin na may 94 MLD pa ho kaming may babawas pag-abot ng February 2020 at 27 MLD naman. Hindi namin na-update to. Actually, pumayag na ho ang MWSS na tulungan kami kausapin ang NIA para doon sa mga Cavite dams sa service area namin. Kasi alam ho namin may mga sobrang tubig doon. Lalagyan ho namin ng mobile treatment plants. Magbibigay din ho to ng 27 MLD. So ang expected ho namin is by summer 2020, kalahati ho ng shortfall at least mapupunuan namin with these activities.
Thank you, Mr. Randolph. Minority Leader Benny, have you something to say? Coming especially from an area that has half depressed population. Thank you. You have the floor, Congressman Benny.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. As we can see, na yung pangangailangan po ng tubig natin, dependent sa nature, no? Oo, walang ulan, kulang. And that is a big problem right now, no? Pinanggit po kanina ng CEO ng Manila Water tungkol doon sa deep well, no? Pero nakikita ko, yung deep well kakaunti lang yata ang independent din yun sa ulan, deep well. So, what is your study on the desalination from the salt water?
With your permission, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Go ahead.
The problem po with deep well is, mahigit isang daang taon na natin sinisip-sip yung tubig sa Metro Manila po. So the aquifers have and continue to be affected. I was reporting po to Dr. David that halos 50% po ang failure rate sa deep well. Because kung tumama ka man ng tubig, sometimes 2 buwan, wala na. And the other challenge po is the water quality kasi because inubos natin yung aquifer, may heavy metals and other sources that went into the aquifer layer na problema ho talaga yung quality. So kami ho takot, we're very careful about that. So we are actually using 2 technologies po, UF, ultrafiltration. Meron po kaming ginawa dito sa Visayas Avenue. And we're actually using reverse osmosis in our Cardona plant in Laguna Lake. Because Laguna Lake is also very polluted. Fortunately for us po, yung planta namin sa Cardona nasa Middle Bay po. Kasi 3 po yung bay ng Laguna Lake. May west, may middle, at saka yung east. Yung west po ang pinaka-polluted. Nandun po yung sa kanila, sa Putatan. So we can actually do reverse osmosis, pero we try to limit it po dahil mahal talaga siya because we need to bring the pressure to 60 psi at least para mag-permeate po through the ceramic filter yung tubig, which is the only way you can desalinate satisfactorily for drinking water. So it is expensive, sir, not to mention the fact that it is very time-consuming because every time you filter, you need to stop and reverse the flow para matanggal ho yung lahat ng suspended salts na na-capture po doon sa ceramic membrane. So other than expensive technology, it is, but the good news is that the Public Utility Board of Singapore Chief Executive called me up and they told me na they are almost sure that they will be able to develop the low pressure ceramic membrane in the next 2 years. Napakalaking bagay ho nun. Para ho yung in energy, parang solar energy. Yung pag nangyari po yun, the cost of desalination will go down and LUA will be, and we will all be very happy. But right now, sir, we must say that it is expensive compared to our other sources po.
Mr. Chair, so you are only desalinating doon sa Laguna Lake?
Kami po, not always. We desalinate when the pollution level goes up. Laguna Lake po is, yung middle lake po, hindi consistent. Minsan malinis yung tubig, minsan madumi. It is a function of the flow from the Rizal provinces into, pag malakas ang ulan, they bring down a lot of pollutants, then we have a problem. If it has settled, it's so kami po siguro mga 20 to 30% of the time lang kami nagre-reverse osmosis. Ang Maynilad po mas.
How about Manila Bay?
Tinitignan na rin ho namin yan, yung sa Manila Bay.
Not necessarily there in the Manila,
Ay,
siguro doon sa bandang Cavite and Batangas. Have you tried it?
Napaaral na ho namin sa consultant. Ang sinasabi ho ng consultant namin, kailangan ho talaga yung pinaka-robust treatment facility ang gamitin sa Manila Bay dahil ang dami hong nagtatapon ng kung ano-ano doon. Sabi nila rin, risky magtayo agad ng malaking planta. Unlike sa nababalitaan namin sa Cebu, mabilis sila magtayo ng planta. Sabi nila sa Manila Bay, dapat 1 year ho.
Sa Batangas nga eh. Cavite and Batangas. Wag na ron sa Manila Bay kasi alam natin na Pero Batangas, for example, has very good seawater. So, which is still near. Di ba?
Ang binabalanse naman ho namin dyan is yung gaano ho kalayo. Kasi kung ilang kilometro din yung layo, bukod sa mahal yung pipe cost, yung pumping din ho. So, unfortunately, halimbawa, tinitingnan ho namin yan sa Cavite, ang karamihan ng customer sa Cavite, residential, yun na, nagbabayad lang ho sila ng 10 to 20, 30 pesos per cubic. Production cost pa lang ho sa desalination is 60. So medyo kailangan ko talagang balansehin. Maganda ko sana sa Manila, mas maraming, mas mataas ang, lalo na sa mga commercial accounts, pwede ko sana natin i-justify yung cost ng desalination. Kaya lang, yun na nga, kailangan medyo pag-aralan pa ano yung kailangang technology yung gagamitin.
Mr. Chair, how about your effort in depolluting the water?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We are in compliance with the mandamus of the Supreme Court dated 2011. We were in a hearing here just last Monday, and the committee accepted all our reports po. We have built a lot. When we took over from, when the concession was given to us, we were given only one sewage treatment plant. Today po, we're now operating 42. And we have increased the coverage by over 793% po. The journey po is na we have been given the target to complete all the wastewater facilities, 100% sewer coverage by 2037 dahil po napakamahal po ng sewer treatment plant at napakamahal po ng O&M ng cleaning the water. So ang MWSS regulatory office are very concerned about the price of water po. So we're stretching it so that the impact to the customer is not going to be that great. But that being said, sir, we're also doing septage. So libre ho ang sip-sip sa lahat ng Poso Negro po ng lahat ng customer namin. Ang dahilan po nun is if we can regularly dislodge yung septic tank po as in every 3, 4, 5 years, then the pollution that comes out is better. We are now at a very high percentage coverage po of septage. So in a way, we have also been compliant on the discharge requirement, and we are really following the Supreme Court mandamus of the issued in 2011 po.
Mr. Chair, what I'm trying to establish here is this, no? That number one, the water supply in Metro Manila is dependent on nature, no? Of which we could not be able to blame the concessionaires, no? Of course, our people always would like to blame the concessionaires and MWSS. But in reality, we should also put the blame to our people who are always polluting our waters. Because if we could be able to really inform our people that if they will not pollute the waters, we're going to have better water supply. So siguro po, kinakailangan din po yung ating mga concessionaires, maging matapang po dito sa pagsabi na para hindi kayo ang i-blame ng ating taong bayan, na yung din namang mga taong bayan natin ang maging mabuti na mamamayan na wag nang i-pollute ang tubig para magkaroon po tayo ng better water supply because our water is dependent on nature. Yun lang po, Mr. Chair.
Maraming salamat po sa opinion ng ating mahalagang opinion ng ating minority leader. Yaman nga ho lamang at nandito rin yung manager ng LLDA. Magsalita nga po ba kayo? Binanggit kayo kanina, although desalination does not work for you dahil tubig tabang yung inyo, ang intindi po namin, as early as 20,000, Maynilad was given the right to make a 200 MLD output capacity on WTP, and yet hindi kayo makaproduce ng 200 because of the turbidity of the water. Masyado pong madumi. Pollutant na sinasabi po ng kasama natin si Congressman Benny na nagmumula rin sa mga tao. Alam nyo po, doon sa amin po sa Tondo, hindi ko naman sinisisi ang taong bayan, pero siyempre po, yung basic necessity yung inuuna niyan. Yung tirahan, yung pagkain, kung anong titiran, kung anong kakainin bago sila magpunta sa kayusan. Paulit-ulit po namin sinasabi na we can never attain public order if there is no social order. Iintindihin muna namin siyempre kung saan ka titira. Iintindihin mo kung anong kakainin mo. Paano mo iintindihin yung basurang itatapon mo? So kayo po sa LLDA, napupuna po namin sa Manila Bay, sa LLDA at kanumang karagatan. Pagka wala po, being that is the pains of a growing nation, alam po natin yan. Wala po namang developed country na nagtatapon ng... Dahil lahat po ng kanilang mga rekwisito sa buhay ay nabibigay. So, yung mga taong mahihirap, sandali pong turo natin na kayo po may kasalanan. Kasalanan ba nila yan? Kasalanan po ng lipunan. Wala kaming tinitiran, wala kaming kinakain, nagnanakaw po kami. So, kayo po, ano ba ang masasabi nyo bago tayo magwakas dito ho? And before I pass the floor to Congressman Roman, I have something to say also. And tsaka yung COA po, after LLDA.
Thank you po, Mr. Chair. Just want to share na yung LLDA po has already issued a total of 750 MLD for for obstructing raw water po, for water supply. Although nabanggit po kanina ni General Salamat na nasa 400 MLD yung actual obstruction rate. So, the LLDA assures na yung water that will be needed for Laguna Lake is available po, although nga nabanggit din kanina ng two concessionaires na yung problema natin is more on the water pollution, water quality ng Laguna Lake. For information po, ang Laguna Lake po is also affected by hindi lang ng pollution kundi yung ding tubig alat na nanggagaling sa Manila Bay. So pag pumapasok po yung alat during the summer months, yun po, kailangan po nilang i-operate yung kanilang reverse osmosis process para po may treat siya into a potable water. So aside from that natural processes po, yun, meron din pong pag-summer, tumataas din po yung temperature at nagkakaroon po ng algal bloom. Is a natural process po na since 1960s ay na-observe na rin po. So yun ang isa rin challenge sa tubig po ng Laguna Lake. Kaya po yung mga maximum capacity ng mga treatment facility nila ay hindi po na operate kung ganun po yung water quality, especially during the summer months. But rest assured po na we are doing our best, katulong po nila kami para po i-address yung water quality situation sa Laguna Lake.
Tama po yung sinasabi nyo nung nakaraang budget hearing po, humingi po ang inyong kinatawan ng increase sa pondo. Yun po ang mga binabanggit nila na you are willing to share some of your excess water. Ang problema nga lang, gawa ng kaluputan, sa Tagalog po ang salita po nun yung lablab makapal eh. Kaya po ang mga palaisdaan huron, nagsilapitan dahil hindi ka na magpapano ng pakain ng pataba, ng kung ano man. Self-sufficient, in other words. Yun po ang kinaganda ng Laguna Lake. Ngayon po naman, ang kinasama ay siyempre, kung ano-ano nang pumasok dyan, yung mga illegal na fish pen at so on and so forth. But nonetheless, water is there and it is the right methodology. But what are you doing in terms of yung rehabilitation ninyo of the quality of water that is supposed to be maintained by any other lake? Dahil yung pondo nyo, kaya nga ho hinahanap namin yung head ninyo na pumunta ho rito para siya ho magpaliwanag kung saan napupunta yung pondo dahil it has been there ever since and the quality of algae bloom na binabanggit nyo, mababa na po eh. Kaya wala na ho masyado namamalaisdaan doon dahil hindi na ho kumikita. Yung pataba po, gumagaso sila sa added cost.
Thank you for that, Mr. Chair. Actually, ang LLDA po is a government-owned and controlled corporation na wala pong support from the national government through the GAA. So our operation relies on the revenues internally generated. Unfortunately, 70% of our budget is nagagastos po for the LLDA operation and the remaining is for yung mga management ng water quality. So we really need the support of the national government po para i-augment po natin yung ating mga environmental management program.
Paki-coordinate nyo lang ho dahil as far as we were concerned, yung po sila Mr. Dungo, dumating ho yan dito, humingi po ng pondo at nabigyan po namin for the coming year. At pag-aralan nyo po, yung 30% natitira sa inyong pondo kung sakali man, ay malagay sa at least kahit papaano po naman pag-rehab ng river. Congressman Benny, sige po, before I pass the floor to COA. Sige po.
Naalala ko po na gustong i-abolish ng Pangulo yung Pasig River Rehabilitation. Baka pa yung LLDA, baka pa-abolish din niya.
All government agencies that is non-performing should be abolished. because it increases, to the opinion of this committee, tama ka si Congressman Benny, na it is another layer of the bureaucracy. But nonetheless, kayo po sa COA po, ito po, hindi naman non-performing ito. Marami silang sinasabi rin. Tulad nung sa ECC, nung Kaliwa, ano po ang opinion ninyo? Meron kayong opinion dyan, hindi po ba? That is the short-term, medium-term solution. Have you something to say about the Kaliwa Dam?
Good morning po, Your Honors, and to everyone in this room. In behalf of COA, we cannot yet give our opinion, but we can say that we have noted several items in the ECC. The ECC has 17 conditions and several general conditions also as regards the Kaliwa Dam with sons and daughters. If you will notice that the ECC issued by the EMB was just issued this October 11, and it was furnished to us just this November 4. So kakabasa din lang po namin ito, and we just relied on several news clippings. That's why we also asked the opinion of USEC Solidum of the PhilBox regarding the earthquake faults and the nation's resiliency plan as regards the construction of the Kaliwa Dam, because he mentioned that in one of the conference, a seminar that I attended, he mentioned that there was an earthquake fault located at General Nakar.
Hindi po, ma'am. Let's be technical. Dahil your coverage is not the
Yes, sir.
engineering side. Ang inyo po,
Yes, sir.
yung opinion ninyo with regards the contractor, with regards
Yes, sir. Including that which
dahil
of yung
sa
disbursement
DNR
po.
natin paubaya kung fault line yan o kung ano man. Dahil hindi po nyo, that's not your expertise. Ho. Sige po.
Yes, sir. Pero meron din po kaming ginawang evaluation regarding yung, kasi po parang how can the Kaliwa Dam be pursued kung meron pong mga restrictions, several restrictions and conditions set forth by the EMB. So, yung government po nag-iintay, and they are telling na ito po yung flagship project of the government. Pero po marami pa po silang mga conditions na sinet, although they issued the ECC. And we have also noted that isa po doon is yung sa issuance ng certification from the NPIC. Kasi meron pong mga indigenous peoples which will be affected. And based on the MWSS report, meron po kasi silang sinabi doon na tapos na po yung mga assemblies, and yet meron na pong nagastos din na about 2 million for the na cash advances and for the EDCOP consultant regarding this particular activity, yung pagkuha po ng consent ng mga IPs. And ang ina-analyze lang po namin is there were only 17.14 na nag-agree, while 82.86% po yung hindi nag-agree. And the report also said that considering the outcome of the decision-making process, a general assembly by the traditional leaders, elders, IPs will be conducted for them to formally declare their collective and final decision.
Tama po, ma'am. You are citing the IPs, ano po. But hindi naman po natin minamalit yung indigenous people, but the concern is of national interest, the general welfare of the public, yung 15 milyong Metro Manila and the others that will be affected. Nonetheless, the Chief of the Republic has already spoken on that. And if need be, extraordinary powers will be used just so we can alleviate the plight and predicament of our crisis here in Metro Manila. So salamat po sa inyo pong opinion. At when you have the conclusion to your study, kindly furnish this committee on ano po ang mapagkakasundan nyo given the limited time that you were accorded. So, Congressman Roman, what is your parting statement?
Mr. Chairman, same observation lang sa government kanina. Sa dalawang concessionaire po, ang sinasabi nila, although appreciative po tayo na meron silang mga gagawing mitigating works for next year, pero ang point po dito, nung nag-apply sila at tinanggap nila ang franchise na ito, I think hindi naman nila tinanggap ito na lahat magiging maganda lang. They should have also, or they should be preparing na magkakaroon din ng mga pagkakataon na biglang aangat talaga yung consumers. Kasi ang sabi kanina, 2009, we had a worst situation sa water. Pero, that time raw, dahil kukonti lang raw, yung mas kukonti yung sinuservicean nila, walang problema. Ibig sabihin ba, wala silang projections for the next years na pwedeng mag-spike yan? Hindi ba nila inisip na maaaring maging progresibo talaga ang ating bansa na dodoble, titriple yung kanilang mga concessionaires? Again po, dito na naman tayo same question. Tama na yung pagbintang sa ulan, sa nature. Alam ko, yun ang pinaka-easiest excuse. Pero as concessionaires, just as the government agencies, kailangan meron kayong mga plano na just in case nga hindi umulan, just in case bumawas. Lahat ng iba, hindi pa pwede na tinanggap ninyo yung concession na ito, tapos sasabihin nyo, upo na lang kayo. Hintayin natin yung government agencies, kailangan magawa nila yung dam nila. But I don't think that was the premise of the franchise being granted to Manila Water or Maynilad. Kailangan rin proactive dapat sila. Kailangan po, Mr. Chairman, sinigurado rin nila na yung mga contingencies na mangyayari, meron din silang plano. Kung hindi, they forget that what they are operating is a public service. Hindi lang ito for profit. You enter this because it was for public service. You knew basic necessity ang tubig. Kayo humingi nitong franchise na ito. So dapat proactive kayo. Huwag puro may kasalanan, ulan. Ang kasalanan ay government agencies. You should have also done your part. Pero nag-agree ako kay Minority Leader Benny Abante. Kailangan ng disiplina. At dapat po dyan, edukasyon ng solusyon.
Salamat po, Congressman Roman. Yes, Congressman Benny.
Andito pala yung yung climatologist ng pag-asa.
Opo.
Gusto ko lang malaman kung meron tayong pag-asa. Sa ulan.
Salita, Congressman Benny, Pastor, Bishop. At mukhang sinasabi po nila, paikliin ko na lang ang usapan po dahil meron po nag-aantay sa kabilang kwarto yung Metro Subway na susunod na issue tatalakayin namin. Mukhang wala ho tayong naasahan for this year. So sa pag-asa, ano po ang kailangan natin gawin kung hindi manalangin na lang muna. But ayun po, sila nagsabi kanina, but
Wala nang bagyo?
Mr. Chair.
Again, Chairman, dapat hindi tayo humihingi ng bagyo kasi naalala ko yung nangyari sa amin. I think Secretary Almendras helped us a lot nung Ondoy during the time. Kaya ang sinasabi natin, kailangan nyo gumawa ng ibang mga plano kung paano tayo conserve ng tubig, ibang dams, kailangan natin gawin yun. Huwag tayo humingi ng bagyo
Same
kasi ang
line.
hirap po
Okay, Congressman Roman. Yes, yes, BG. He has 1 minute or 2 minutes to say on something.
Yes, Chairman. Same line of thoughts and questioning din yung katulad sa akin kay Roman, kay Congressman Roman. And I completely agree with him. No, I remember mga 2 or 3 decades ago, yun nga, kumuha ang concessionaire Maynilad and Manila Water. Ang rationalization, gaganda ang service ng tubig. Pero parang hindi yata nangyari. Kasi sabi, iniisip namin, ayusin ang mga linya, so yung mga leaks, mawawala, gaganda ang service. Nakita naman natin, naghukay nga sila No? Yun yung question natin ngayon, gumanda ba yung service ng tubig natin? Kaya karang kanina sabi, hindi ko malaman kung i-congratulate sila o matutuwa tayo o ano sasabihin namin sa mga tao. Swerte na ba kayo? Hindi na 24 hours magkakaroon na kayo ng tubig. Hindi kayo abutin ng 24 hours. magkakaroon kayo ng tubig dahil dito sa rotational. Ano talaga sasabihin natin sa tao? Ngayon, ang isa pa sa tanong ko, gumanda ba yung service? Kasi pag sinabing gumanda yung service, yung international standard ng tubig, ng service ng tubig nandun. Ang tanong natin, nabanggit kanina, 7 PSI ang pressure sa gripo natin. Ano ba yung international standard ng pressure ng tubig? Ito bang 7 PSI na to aabot sa second floor ng mga household? Kasi dati marami, bungalow type lang ang bahay natin. Now, syempre maliit na yung space, tumami tayo, halos lahat ng second floor. Aabot pa sa mga palikuran natin yung 7. Importante natin ang tubig. No? Araw-araw ginagamit natin yan. Hindi tayo tataka, okay, ang katawan nga natin, 80% tubig. Kailangan natin ng malinis na tubig. So, saan tayo papunta? Nag-i-improve ba yung service natin? Maasahan ba natin ang mga concessionaire na tumaas ang PSI? Kasi, may mga areas na mas mataas, mas kailangan nila yung tubig. Swerte siguro. Hindi ko alam kung paano nyo ginagawa, kung paano nyo nirarasyon ang tubig.
Sige, can you respond? You were raising your hand. You want
Yes,
to
sir.
respond?
Thank
Yes,
you
sir,
very
go ahead.
much, Mr. Chair, for allowing us to answer the questions. At the time po, may we answer the question on do we have plans? Yes po. If it is the pleasure of the committee, I will submit to you a narrative and discussions and evidences that since 2003, both concessionaires have been appealing for increased water allocation and the development of new water source. When the first time I was president of Manila Water po in 2009, I wrote a letter requesting that the new dam, which is Laiban or whatever dam, be started immediately, because at that time, our projections already said that by 2019, we will have a problem. So we can submit to the committee po all the correspondences, minutes of meetings from as far back as 2003 to illustrate po that we, both concessionaires, have been very concerned about the bulk water supply. As a matter of fact, the original concession agreement guaranteed us a certain supply of water, which at times were never really filled. That's why there were many discussions as to the Sumag project, as to the Umiray access, because this is us working with government to augment the supply so that we can get what the contract originally asked. And Mr. Chair, please forgive me with all humility po, we do not have a franchise. We are not a franchisee. It is MWSS that is the franchisee. We are merely a contractor po. We do not do anything which MWSS will not allow us to do. So we have been very fortunate that the administration of the